Welcome to a really unique explainer today. We're going to dive into a piece of source material that, at first glance, seems incredibly minimalist, but honestly, it hides an immense amount of thematic weight. We're talking about a deeply moving narrative about longing, about bureaucracy, and most importantly, human connection. And it's all built around two universally recognizable figures.
Okay, let's dive into this. Our foundational text for this entire explainer is incredibly, almost surprisingly brief. It literally just reads, excerpts from The Postman and the Old Woman. Postman and Old Woman, heartwarming story. But, behind this super short synopsis lies a truly profound interaction. It's the story of a woman named Amma, her absolutely desperate plea to connect with her son, and a postman's initial stubborn reluctance to step outside his daily routine. All right, let's get right into section 1, analyzing the core subjects.
So, when we contrast the postman against the old woman, we instantly see this really compelling dynamic taking shape. On one side, the postman represents this rigid, inflexible routine, right? He just wants to deliver the mail and move on with his day, which completely fuels his initial reluctance. But on the other side, the old woman, Amma, represents stillness and isolation. And because of that isolation, this postman becomes her only tangible lifeline to her son and really to the entire world outside her front door. Now, what's really interesting here is how the title Postman carries this huge, heavy expectation of duty. He's supposed to be a catalyst for change, literally bringing the outside world right to the doorstep. But in this specific story, that very duty is exactly what causes his initial reluctance. He's a man of strict routine, super hesitant to cross that line from just being a bureaucratic messenger to actually becoming emotionally involved in Amma's personal life.
And then we have the old woman. While the source material titles her simply with that broad phrase, evoking this universal archetype of history and vulnerability, her actual identity is Amma. She represents literally every parent who has ever waited patiently for word from a child. Her desperate plea to just speak with her son takes this broad, faceless archetype and turns her into a deeply personal, empathetic figure. It completely primes us for an emotional response.
Moving right along to section 2, the promise of heartwarming.
Let's clearly define our terms so we're all exactly on the same page here. Heartwarming means eliciting feelings of happiness, sympathy, and emotional resonance. And the emotional resonance we're promised here, it comes directly from the clash of our two main characters. The true heartwarming moment actually happens when the postman's initial reluctance is finally completely broken down by the sheer, undeniable vulnerability of Amma's plea. So the crucial point is that this promise of positive emotion isn't just a convenient label, it's the actual destination of the narrative. The real tension lies in how we manage to get there. It's that deeply human moment where a strict, routine-driven guy decides to stop just delivering pieces of paper and actually helps a mother connect with her son. Knowing right from the start that it's a heartwarming story strips away the anxiety of a bad ending and lets us focus purely on the absolute beauty of that connection. Which brings us to our final part, section 3, unpacking minimalist source material. And this brilliantly illustrates the irony of the word excerpts. I mean, it implies a small piece pulled from a much larger universe. And honestly, that's exactly what this interaction is. Amma's plea to the postman is really just a brief excerpt of her daily life, a quick, momentary snapshot of a mother's ongoing longing for her son, captured so beautifully in this tiny exchange. It teases us with the existence of a huge, fleshed-out world for these characters, without the author ever having to explicitly write it all out. Think about this. Our foundational synopsis was literally just 10 words. 10 words doing the heavy lifting of an entire emotional journey. It absolutely proves that you don't need a massive, sprawling epic to create deep resonance. A simple 10-word framework about a postman and an old woman is more than enough space to contain a mother's heartfelt plea and a total stranger's act of unexpected kindness. We automatically feel the immense weight of the story just based on this incredibly efficient setup. So, what really makes a story truly heartwarming? Does it always require chapters upon chapters of deep character development? Or is it simply that one crystal clear moment when a postman finally drops his reluctance to help a mother named Amma reach her son? Keep analyzing the world around you guys, even the smallest, most minimalist interactions, because there is always a deeper human connection just waiting to be uncovered. Thank you so much for exploring this explainer with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.